Kind of like a skater has a skateboard or a BMXer has a bike. I just saw the wheelchair as something fun, so why not take it into the park? I'm Aaron Wheels Fotheringham, and I ride WCMX. WCMX stands for Wheelchair Motocross. It's, you know, taking your chair into the skate park and hitting ramps, kind of the same thing as BMX, but with a wheelchair. I first started going to the skate parks when I was 8 years old, and I've been doing it for 16 years now. The wheelchair is definitely just an extension of my body because skaters aren't always on their skateboard and bikers aren't always on their bike, but I'm always on my chair. So that gives me like an unfair advantage to just practice everywhere I go. I feel like I'm lucky that I always have my wheelchair with me because I can just jump whenever I want. I was born with spina bifida. I've had 21 surgeries throughout my life, and I spent a lot of time in the hospitals. And yeah, it would be easy to just be bummed out on that, but for me, I just found the positive. The wheelchair has just always been fun, and it's wheels stuck to your butt. How's that not a great time? In 2008, I got the Guinness World Record for the first backflip on a wheelchair. That was at a local competition here in Vegas called Am Jam. That was a pretty cool day. One of my favorite tricks is just simple hand plant because I always loved watching skaters do it when I was growing up, and you know, watching the pros do it, it just was something I wanted to learn. I'm very blessed to be able to do what I love and what I'm passionate about for a living. A lot of the time the wheelchair comes with this stereotype of you can't do this or whatever because it's a medical device. I just always seen the wheelchair as a great opportunity.
Annie Londonderry is famous for being the first woman to bicycle around the world. But there's more to the story, and the story starts, as most things do, in a dark bar.
There is no possible way a woman could ride a bicycle around the world.
Can you imagine a woman trying to do it in a skirt?
If a woman could do that, I'd pay $10,000.
I, Annie Londonderry, will take that wager.
When Annie took that wager, she was oozing with confidence and charisma. But here's the thing, she had never even touched a bicycle. In the late 1800s, bicycles were seen as dangerous for women and very unfeminine. Riding a bicycle was a revolutionary act. Legend has it, she cycled from Boston to New York City to Paris, riding her bike one-footed after an injury, to India hunting tigers with royalty, Singapore, Hong Kong, getting caught up in a war and sustaining a gunshot wound in her shoulder, Nagasaki, being interned in a Japanese prison. How did she get over oceans? Don't worry about it. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and all the way back to Boston in exactly 15 months. She did it. The end.
Well, not all of that was exactly true.
And you are?
I'm Peter Zeitlin, and Annie was my great-grandaunt.
Okay, so then what actually happened?
She was full of tall tales. Even her name, Annie Londonderry, wasn't real. Her real name was Annie Cohen Kopchowski. She even concocted the story of the wager, and she definitely was not shot or thrown into a prison during the Chinese-Japanese War.
Well, what about all that other stuff, like the leg injury?
She did injure her leg.
How about hunting for tigers with royalty?
That's false.
So, with some true stuff and some not-so-true stuff, how do you view her journey?
Although hers was a remarkable physical achievement, her real achievement was becoming world famous as a symbol of the women's liberation movement in the 1890s.
Annie's sheer audacity and the way she fought for herself, for her own adventures, on her own terms, was remarkable for her time. Even if her story was kinda, sorta, not totally accurate.
How would I describe the vibe of Cascade on a Sunday night? You would see 500, 800, 1,000 people in the facility. You have this culture that has been created and it's just growing out of control. And you don't really experience that anywhere else but here.
When desegregation began in the late 50s and early 60s, some roller rink owners did not take kindly to it. They decided to create themed nights specifically targeted towards African Americans. If black roller skaters made an appearance on other days of the week, they found themselves unwelcome. But those nights ended up turning into something all of their own.
I didn't realize the impact that a roller skating rink has on a community. They would just open up a skating rink and boy, people came. And it was always crowded. So all of those things came together to really blow roller skating up. Here is what so many people gravitate to, and I didn't realize until I actually built Cascade.
I don't know where I would be without roller skating. It saved me. So Sunday nights at Cascade is amazing because of the energy. We come, you got your crews, you got your single skaters, you got your couples, and it's time to show out. It's the real Atlanta culture, and you can kind of see the style that Atlanta does. We call it riding in Atlanta. It's just a really cool, like you ride the beat and they go fast. So we wear the low Carrera skates with the big speed wheels, and you see the guys doing the routines. And there are a couple of original groups that still skate, and they got the style started. The roller skating culture is like an underground family. We have a Facebook, we have a skatebook. It's kind of addictive. It's our drug of choice. And it's a non-stop party on wheels, so that's kind of how I fell in love with it.
Even on a Sunday night, we have people that will tell you they've been skating here since they was 8 years old. It's kind of like the mom, the dad, the teenager, the little brother, and they all are skating. It's just a lifestyle that when you come here, you get the energy of all different types of people, all different types of walk, but when they come here, they're skaters. So all those things kind of bundle up into this building that makes this place, to me, what the community would miss if this skating rink wasn't here. That's why it's been here for so long and still thriving. You make it about the community, everything else just kind of falls into place.
Skateboarding culture, you get a lot of people in general that are different. These are just kids that want a place and want to be in their own place and not doing what everybody else is doing.
Chris Worley is the founder of A-Skate, a nonprofit that teaches kids with autism how to skateboard.
Autism has a lot of aspects to it. Most of the kids need occupational therapy of some form. Skateboarding is similar to other therapies. They're learning how to control their body in motion, and it just stimulates parts of the brain that need to be stimulated in order to do things in life, in order to have conversations, in order to pay attention. I have a son who will soon be 14. His name is Sasha, and he was diagnosed with autism at 22 months old. I bought him his first skateboard when he was right at 5 years old. His brother was 3. It was really difficult for them to just come together and play. There was no play. Somehow the movement of the skateboard just made him focused, and they would just skate. And I want to do that for other families.
Chris started A-Skate 8 years ago in a church parking lot in Birmingham, Alabama. It's since expanded across the US and internationally. This year they were invited to participate in the Do Tour, a pro skating contest in California where kids were paired with professional skateboarders.
I've known Sasha since I got involved with A-Skate about 5 years ago. The joy that I see that it brings to kids, that's where I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. The skateboarding culture is accepting of everyone, spectrum or not spectrum. No one cares what color, type, gender, whatever it is. If you can skate, and we got love for you.
It's really incredible to see kids change through our program. I see families just see their child who is now capable of something, and they didn't know it. In a way, forming A-Skate is like a love letter to Sasha. And he may never understand that or know it, but I do.
When I'm skating with these women, I feel on fire. I love roller skating so much that I decided that I was going to bring it back for everyone. I'm Michelle Stylen, better known as Estrogen, and I'm the founder of Moxie Roller Skates. There are 21 skaters on the Moxie skate team worldwide, but some of them are Pigeon, Indy Jamma Jones, Millie, and Legs. Anything that's experimental or outside of what you've probably seen on roller skates is what we do. Roller skating was really, really big until I was born, and then it really kind of dropped off when rollerblades came in. Roller skate innovation just stopped. Roller derby was the next new sport to come to the roller skating industry. The skates that they were selling to roller derby skaters were made for speed. The skates that we're making now are made for secure landings, for high flying tricks. You know, a few years ago, there weren't like gals doing backflips and on wheels, and now there are. And I'm amazed at what my body can do. I really am. We are chasing our dreams, we're chasing that feeling, that wonderful floaty feeling of being alive, and you will get that from roller skating. It's this strange, new feeling, this refreshing, this is where I'm supposed to